What if I told you there are 4 lenders that are approving business funding right now, anywhere from $2,000 to $100,000, even if you've been denied before? No perfect credit required. Way less hassle than big banks, and almost nobody knows about them. Look, if you need funding before the 2026 tax season, these 4 lenders could change everything for you. Let us show you who they are.
Okay, Money Magnets, before we jump into the lenders, you need to understand why December is a special month.
Yeah.
Most business owners don't realize this, but banks and lenders are closing their books for the year right now. That means 2 critical things are happening.
Yes, and look, number 1, they've got lending targets and quotas they still need to hit before December 31st. And if they haven't hit those numbers, guess what? They're more flexible right now than they will be in January.
Okay, number 2, Marvin. They want qualified accounts on the books before 2026 starts.
Yeah.
It looks good for the year-end reports, and it sets them up for a strong new year.
So December can be one of the easiest times to get approved if you know where to go.
Okay, we work with business owners every single day, helping them get funding and building business credit.
Yeah.
And these are the 4 lenders we're seeing approvals on right now.
Look, real quick before we dive in, comment ready below if you want funding before 2026 so we know exactly who we're talking to.
Okay, Marvin. Now, let me give you our quick disclaimer, okay? We're not guaranteeing that you will be approved.
Yeah.
Every situation is different. Your credit, your revenue, your time in business, all of those things matter, Marvin.
And what we're saying is these lenders are actively funding real business owners right now. And if you follow the strategy we're about to share, you put yourself in a much stronger position than randomly applying anywhere.
That is true. Now, here is the play. It's very simple. Pick 1 or 2 lenders from the list that match your profile. Apply right in sequence, okay? And if you want a customized plan, we'll show you how to get that at the end of this video.
All right, let's get into lender number 1. Guys, make sure you guys are ready. Lender number 1 is the Capital One Spark. All right, this is for you if you got some credit established. Look, we've seen scores talking about from 620 to about 680 score range. And if you've been in business at least 6 months.
Okay, now Capital One is a household name, okay? So you already know that they're legitimate, okay? But what most people don't know is their Spark Classic card is one of the easiest business cards that you can get approved for right now.
Yep, and here's what we're seeing. They're approving credit limits between $2,000 and $10,000 for businesses that actually fit their profile.
And the best part, the Spark 1% Classic card has no annual fees. And y'all know how I feel about having a card in your wallet with no annual fees. So you're not paying $95 or $150 just to have that card in your wallet.
All right, let's break down exactly what they're looking for, Glow.
Okay, number 1. Personal credit score of at least a 620 or higher.
Right.
Now, higher is always better, Money Magnets. But if you're at a 650 or a 680, your approval odds go way up.
Yeah.
But we've seen approvals as low as a 620.
All right, number 2, 6 to 12 months in business. They want to see you've been operating for at least half a year. And if you started last month, this might not be a good play for you.
Okay, number 3, Money Magnets. A business checking account helps, but it's not required. If you have one with Capital One already, that relationship can help you with your approval odds.
Exactly. And number 4, you need an EIN number, which is an employer identification number. If you're a sole proprietor, you can use your social security number, but we always recommend getting an EIN because it's free, first of all, and it separates your business from your personal. But the bad part about this card, it may show up on your personal credit.
Now, here's how you apply. You go to CapitalOne.com website for business, click on credit cards, and look for the Spark 1% card.
This application takes about 10 minutes. They're going to ask you about your business information, your name, your address, your EIN, how long you've been in business, and your estimated annual revenue.
But okay, Money Magnets, you want to make sure that you're being honest with your revenue.
Right.
Don't inflate it, but don't lowball it either. If you're doing about $50,000 a year, put $50,000 a year on that application.
Exactly. And they'll also ask your personal information because they're going to pull your personal credit. That's normal for business credit cards when you're just starting out, and they're probably going to pull all three bureaus.
Most people get an instant credit decision. If you're approved, they'll tell you your credit limit right there on the screen, Marvin.
Now, here's a pro tip. Start with the Spark 1% Classic. Use it responsible for at least 6 months.
Yes.
Pay on time. Keep your balance under 30% of your limit, and then apply for the Spark 2% Cash Card. And then guess what? You're probably going to get higher limits and better rewards. And the way Capital One works, don't ask for an increase, just get another card.
Okay, Capital One rewards loyalty. If you manage that first card well, they'll grow with you, which is absolutely amazing.
Exactly. And if this sounds like your situation and you've got a 620 to a 680 and you've been in business at least 6 months, look, drop lender number 1 in the comments so we know that this is your kind of funding that you're actually looking for.
Okay, Marvin, let's dive into lender number 2.
Let's
okay,
get it.
It's Rok Financial. This one is perfect if your credit isn't where you want it to be.
Right.
But your business is making money. You want to look at this one.
And Rok Financial is what we call a revenue-based lender. They care more about what your bank statements say than what your credit report says.
Okay, so if you had some credit challenges, it's okay. Maybe you're in the 500s or all the way up to 620 range, but you got some consistent revenue coming in.
Yeah.
This is your play.
And here's what they're looking for. They want to see at least $10,000 per month in revenue. That's the deposits coming into your business bank account. Remember, deposit all your money into a business bank account, not Cash App and not Venmo.
Okay, and they're going to ask you for at least 3 to 6 months of bank statements so that they can see your cash flow, okay? Are you bringing money in consistently? That's important. Are you managing your account well? That's what they care about, Marvin.
Credit score-wise, they'll approve as low as a 500. Now, if you're at 500, your approval might be smaller, maybe 10,000 to 15,000. But if you're at 600 to 620 with strong revenue, you can see anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000.
Okay, let's talk about the time in business, okay? They want to see at least 6 months, but the longer you've been operating, the better.
Now, here's what's critical with Rok Financial. Your bank statements need to be clean, guys. They're going to look at every deposit, every withdrawal, and please do not have a lot of overdrafts.
Okay, so what Marvin is saying, if you're constantly overdrafting your bank account, that's a red flag. If you're mixing personal and business funds in the same account, that's another red flag.
Exactly.
Also, if you're depositing your money all over the place, 1 month you're doing $5,000, the next month you're doing $500, the next month is $10,000. That's also a red flag, money magnet.
So look, before you apply, clean up your bank statements. Make sure you've got consistent deposits, you're not overdrafting, and you're keeping business and personal totally separate.
So if you need to open a separate business checking account right now and start running all your business income through it, give it at least 30 to 60 days of clean activity, and then you can go apply.
And here's how you apply. We're going to leave a link in the description where you can actually click and start the application. They're going to ask you for business information and your personal information, and then they're going to request your bank statements.
And the wonderful thing is you can upload directly to them through their portal, okay? They use a system that connects your bank, so it's very secure.
Most applications get a decision within 48 to 72 hours. They're pretty fast and they got good customer service.
Okay, Marvin, now here's a pro tip for the money magnets. If you're approved, use the funds wisely. Rok Financial is watching how you manage your money. If you take $20,000 and blow it in 2 weeks, they're not going to give you more. But if you're using it strategically, invest in inventory. Pay for marketing, get equipment, and you're generating more revenue, they'll increase your limits, Marvin.
Rok Financial is all about proving you can handle the money. Do that, and they'll keep funding you. You can build a great, long-lasting relationship with them.
keep this in mind. If your biggest strength is revenue and not credit, drop lender number 2 in the comments.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Lender number 3 is
Yes.
Navy Federal Credit Union.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not military, so how does this apply to me? Guess what? You're wrong.
Okay, Navy is opening up memberships to non-military members through the family connection.
Correct.
Okay, certain associations and even some employer groups.
So if you have a family member who served in the military,
Yes.
if you work for a qualifying organization, or if you join certain associations, you can get in. And once you're in, Navy Federal is one of the most flexible lenders out there and one of the biggest.
Okay, and one thing that I do love about Navy, Marvin, is they're not just running your credit through
Yeah.
an algorithm, okay?
Right.
They actually talk to you. They actually look at your story, your business, your situation. That's important.
And credit score wise, they're typically looking for a 620 or higher, but we've seen them work with people from 600 to 620, you know, in that range, if the business is strong and the relationship is actually there.
And that right there is the key word, Marvin. We
Right.
talk about this all the time. Relationship, relationship, relationship.
Yeah.
Navy Federal rewards members who use their services, who build trust, who show they're serious. That's important.
And here's the strategy. First, join Navy Federal. Of course, go to NavyFederal.org, click on Become a Member, and see if you qualify. If you don't qualify directly, look into the associations you can join. They give you eligibility.
Okay. Once you're a member, open a personal checking account and a business checking account, Money
Right.
Magnus. Put some money in both. It doesn't have to be a lot, but show some activity.
Use these accounts for up to 91 days. Make deposits, pay some bills, and show that you're an active member.
Then, after the 91 days, Marvin, you apply for a business credit card or a business line of credit. You can do this right online. But Money Magnets, here's a pro tip. You can walk right into the branch if you want.
Yep, sit down and talk with a business banker. Bring your business documents in, your LLC or your corporation paperwork, your EIN letter, your operating agreement if you have one,
Yeah.
and sit down and tell them your story and get to know somebody.
Okay, and then what you want to do is explain your business and what it does.
Right.
How long you've been operating, what is your revenue and what that looks like so the bank can have a good understanding, and what you need the funding for. When you give them a clear picture, they can often structure something that fits your situation.
Yeah, and they offer business credit cards, lines of credit, and even SBA-backed loans for the right
Yes.
members. You're not going to walk in day one
Yes.
and get $100,000. So let's just make sure our expectations are right, guys. But you can absolutely build up to that within time.
Okay. Think of Navy Federal as a long-term
Yeah.
relationship play, okay?
Yeah.
This is where you bank, where you build your trust,
Yeah.
and where you can keep going back for more funding as your business starts to grow, more money in your pocket.
Yep, and here's another pro tip. Don't treat this like a one-night stand. Don't just join, grab a card, and disappear. Use their accounts, pay on time, check in with your banker. Realize this, guys, the human relationship is
Yes.
something big national banks, they just don't give you anymore, but you can get that at Navy Federal.
Okay, Money Magnet. So what Marvin is saying, if you like the ideal of having a bank that actually knows your name and willing to listen to your story, type lender number 3 in the comments. Let us hear from you. Now, let's jump into lender number 4, which is American Express. The
Right.
Blue Business Plus credit card. This is more of a premium play, Money Magnets.
Yeah.
But for the right business owners, and the limits can be really serious, Marvin.
All right, guys, if you got stronger credit, we're talking about 680 and above, and you've been in business
Yes.
at least a couple years, this is where you can start seeing 30, 50, or even 100,000 in total exposure over time.
Okay, the Blue Business credit cards has no annual fees. And you know how I feel about holding a card in your wallet with no annual fees.
Right.
And you earn 2 times the points on your first $50,000 in purchases every year.
That's good.
So not only are you getting funding, you're getting rewarded for using it.
Exactly.
Amazing.
All right, Glo, let's break down what American Express is actually looking for.
Okay, so number 1, a solid personal credit profile.
Right.
680 is the minimum.
Yeah.
We like to see, just keep that in mind, money magnets. But if you're in that 700 plus range, that 700 club, we're in a great position.
All right, number 2, they're going to look at time in business. They love to see 2+ years in business, but we've seen some approvals a little earlier if everything else is strong, like on that personal credit.
Okay, so let's talk about number 3. Revenue and financials. Okay, so for your first card, they may dig deep, a little bit deep, but if you want higher limits or multiple Amex business cards or regular cards, they may ask you for tax returns or a financial statement. Keep that in mind.
And number 4, a clean overall profile. They want to see that you have no recent bankruptcies, no big charge-offs, and especially no late payments.
Okay, so here's how to play American Express, which is my favorite, the right way. Start with the Blue Business Plus card.
Yeah.
Don't go asking for the biggest card, the finest, the platinum right away.
Right.
Slow down, money magnets, slow down.
Apply online. It just takes a few minutes. They'll ask you for your business info, personal info, and a lot of the times you'll get an instant decision right there on the screen.
Okay, now once you're approved, use this card strategically.
Right.
Okay, put reoccurring business expenses on it. For example, your softwares, whatever software you may use, that's reoccurring. Ads, if you're using Facebook or something, inventory, and pay it on time every single month.
All right, after 3 to 6 months of responsible use, that's when you can go back and request a credit limit increase or look at adding another American Express business card to your profile, because they will give you up to 12 cards.
Yes, and one thing I love about American Express, it rewards you for loyalty and responsible usage, okay? So if you show them that you can handle 10,000 or maybe 20,000, they're more likely to grow with you and give you 50,000 over time.
And if you're that business owner with a 680 plus credit score, 2 years in business, and you want those higher limits, look, type lender number 4 in the comments so we know exactly who we're talking to. All right, guys, let's zoom out for a second and talk about why we're telling you to do this before the 2026 tax season hits.
Okay, so every year we watch the same pattern. Business owners wait until March or April and they realize they owe taxes, okay?
Right.
They have no cash revenue and they start scrambling for funding.
Exactly. And that's when the banks start to tighten up. If you ever really look at this every year, everyone's applying at the same time. Everybody's desperate. And the lenders, guess what? They get to be more picky because they can pick the best files out of the lot.
Okay, but this is what we suggest. If you line up your funding now in December and early January, you're ahead of the game. You have options. You're not making decisions out of panic.
Exactly. And you can cover your tax obligations without killing your cash flow. You can invest in marketing, inventory, or equipment while everybody else is frozen and scared to move.
And you can negotiate from a position of strength, not survival. That's what you want to look at.
Exactly.
That's the difference between business owners who grow in 2026 and business owners who just try to hang on.
Exactly.
Okay, money magnets. Now we just gave you 4 real lenders you can take action on today. Capital One Spark Card with a 620 to a 680 credit score. You got Rok Financial if your revenue is strong but your credit isn't great. Okay, Navy Federal if you want a real banking relationship. And then we got American Express. If you got a 680 and you want higher limits over time, American Express is the way to go.
Exactly. But here's the truth. This is still general. The best lender for you depends on your specific situation, your credit, your revenue, your time in business, and your overall goals for 2026.
If you want a custom step-by-step game plan, which lenders to go to, in which order, how to set up your business the right way to get approved, that's exactly what Marvin and I do every day.
Look, we've helped thousands of business owners just like you raise capital, build business credit, and we love to help you do the same.
So what you're saying, Marvin, is they need to use the Zoom link in the description to book your call with us. Now, on that call, we're going to look at where you are right now, what lenders make sense for you, and map out a clear funding plan going into 2026.
And don't wait until April when everybody else is panicking and the banks are starting to tighten up. Move now while these doors are still open and lenders are trying to hit their year-end numbers.
Okay, Money Magnets, drop a comment below with which lenders you're going to start with.
Right.
Just put 1, 2, 3, or even 4 so we know where you're at.
And remember, for the best results, you need a 700 plus credit score. Please remove any freezes or fraud alerts, because you know what they could do? It could actually get you declined or slow up the process. All right, guys, and if you found this helpful and you want more step-by-step videos on specific banks and credit unions, make sure you're subscribed and turn on all the notifications and drop a comment below and let us know what you guys really want to hear.
Okay, hold up, because I have a gem.
What you got, Glove?
Okay, Money Magnets, we got another video that shows you how to get approved for high limits at these institutions. So check out this next video.
I'm Mr. Smith.
And I'm Mrs. Smith.
And we're here to help empower your finances.